So picking back up with our discussion of biblical eons, I want to start talking about the adjective forms, Eonian, where this is going to probably take multiple parts, where in this video I'm going to focus on the phrase Eonian God and Eonian times. And the only occurrence of Eonian God that we find is in Romans chapter 16, verse 26, where Paul writes, "But now having been revealed through prophetic writings, besides according to the order on of the Eonian God, for the blow hearing of faith, etc., which corresponds to the mystery, the unveiling of the mystery, having been kept silent in Eonian times." So, if you've watched the previous videos, you understand that the Word of God reveals 3 biblical eons. So, Eonian times referenced here is looking backwards to times of the eons, in whom the Father, He spoke to us in the Son, whom He, the Father, set as law according to Lati for all, through whom He also made the eons. So, the Father existed outside of Eonian times. Okay, before the Son was even created, eons did not even exist. So when He created the Son, He made the eons. So, according to the order on of the Eonian God would be referring to the Son, who the Father, before the eons even existed, made the eons through the Son, who is the Eonian God. Which the Eonian times also look backwards, according to the unveiling of the mystery that was kept silent in Eonian times. Remember, from looks back. So Ephesians 3:9, and to enlighten what is the guardship of the dwelling law, which is also mentioned in Ephesians 1:9 and 10, according to the mystery, to uphead the all, which we are foreseen before the downcast of the cosmos, back here. Remember, before the downcast of the cosmos, which is Genesis 1:2. Come back to Ephesians 3:9. The guardship of the dwelling law of the mystery having been secreted away from the eons. So from the eons, plural, includes the creation of the eons from the then cosmos origin, the first eon, where we're in the second eon, we could say. We're in the second heavens and earth, which Colossians 1:26 is the same context. The mystery that having been secreted away from the eons, from the creation of the eons, which the Father made in the Son. So He spoke to us in the Son. He is the Father, the masculine origin, the Rosh, which I talk about in my video, Two Origins. He spoke to us in the Son, whom He set as law according to Lati for all, through whom He made the eons. So from the eons points to the very origin of the creation of eons, which it's only logical to say that the Eonian God is the Son, through whom the Father made the eons. According to the mystery, having been kept silent in Eonian times until it was revealed in this present eon at the last part of the time. Remember, before the downcast of the cosmos looks backwards pre-Genesis 1:2, because Genesis 1:2 is the downcast of the cosmos, of the then cosmos. So before that is the context of 1 Peter 1:19 also. So having been made known before the downcast of the cosmos, but that having been revealed at the last part of the time of this eon, from Christ's sacrifice. So again, before the downcast of the cosmos is seen here, again, Ephesians 1:4, so that he outshone us in him before the downcast of the cosmos. From the origin of the eons, the Father already chose us and knew us into our calling, where then we also see Jesus himself refers to before the downcast of the cosmos in John 17:24, which the context of this whole chapter is the upheading allotment, which I could make several more videos talking about all of the keywords in this chapter that shows the relationship to what Paul is saying in Ephesians chapter 1. But the point being is that Paul's reference to the Eonian God concerns all eons, whom the Father made the eons in the Son, who is the Eonian God being referenced here. So, but the one being able to firm you up according to my well announcement. When Paul says my well announcement, it's specific to the mystery, the revelation of the mystery kept secreted, and the heralded of Jesus Christ according to the unveiling of the mystery. Same context of it is Ephesians chapter 1, verse 9 and 10, having been kept silent in Eonian times past. Eons, the then cosmos and the present cosmos, up to the point it was unveiled at the last part of the time of this eon. But now having been revealed through prophetic writings, besides according to the order on of the Eonian God, for below hearing of faithing of the mystery having been made known to all the nations, to the only wise God, it is through Jesus Christ, etc. The only wise God. Which brings us to Proverbs chapter 8:22, where we read, I, which is wisdom here, I was libated from the eon, from headship on. Where if you watch my video, Two Origins, the word headship here is Rosh. It's the masculine origin, who's the pre-existing father before eons were created. From the foretime of the earthland. So the eon referenced here in the Old Testament, I was libated from the eon, is the first eon that was created. The very first creation of which was made in the Son. So I is a creation of wisdom libated from the eon, from headship, out of the Father also. The spirit of wisdom. And I'm sorry, but I'm out of time, but we'll pick back up in the next part. God bless.